Good morning. Today, you don't have to work in seated meditation. It's actually a great meditation to do lying down. It's a guided meditation on the archangels this morning. And it's perfectly comfortable. If you're the kind of person that falls asleep when you're lying down, you might want to sit, or if it's early for you where you are and you'd rather sit for the meditation, that's okay. Or if there's any issue with accessibility of why it's difficult to get up and down, you can do this seated, but you can definitely do it lying down in your bed this morning if you wanted to, and be very, very comfortable. And this meditation called Invocation of the Angels, it comes to me from Joan Borshenko, who was a doctor who worked at the Mind Body Sciences Clinic at Harvard for a very long time. Not sure what she's doing now. She's still around as far as I know, but she recorded a talk about angels and this particular meditation. It comes out of Talamed. And if you're interested, it's worth listening to her story of how she came to do research on angels and came across this meditation that is quite powerful. So whether you believe in angels or you don't believe in angels is not as much the point with the meditation. If there's any language that I use today that is not in line with your paradigm of the world, feel free to exchange those words for words that do work for you. We'll be talking about angels, and the God word might get mentioned when we talk about angels. So feel free to replace that with whatever is your reality. If you don't believe in angels or God, you can just refer to my own inner teacher, this aspect of my mind, this, friend from the past, from the other side. Doesn't really matter what name we put on them. One of the reasons why angel mythology and lore is so powerful, it's common across all cultures around the world. And cultures that did not necessarily have contact with each other had experiences of and documented their experiences with angels. All right, so this morning, finding your way into a comfortable position. If you like, lie down on your back. If you're going to lie on the floor, make sure you have some support underneath your knees, some support underneath your head and shoulders. You should be very, very comfortable for a meditation like this. And it is really just perfect for the season. All right, wiggling around until everything feels long and straight and comfortable. Inhaling and exhaling through the nose unless otherwise directed today. If you have any reason why you can't breathe through your nose, of course, breathe through your mouth, right? Let the head become heavy, let the shoulders relax. The body settle into this moment right here, right now. And if you've got kids running around or so there's other things going on in your space, let some part of your attention be aware of what they're doing, as the eyes can be softly closed or softly open, just enough to let a little light in so that you can pay attention to what's happening around you if you absolutely need to. The more attention you can give this meditation, the more meaningful it can be for you, obviously, right? All right. So dropping in, feeling and sensing your body, noticing where you are in space today. And as you find your way into this comfortable position, if you've been joining us frequently for meditations, it gets easier to drop into that space where we're aware of our body, we're aware of our breath, and preparing for invocation of the angels this morning. As I find my body relaxing, scanning the body from the top of the head down to the tips of the toes. Notice if I'm holding any conscious tension in the body. Taking a breath into that part of the body and maybe a metaphorical heavy sigh or a real heavy sigh, letting go of any holding. What am I consciously or unconsciously holding on to today? What can I let go of? And As you release the holding in the body, feel the sensations of the breath. Notice what moves when you breathe. Maybe you can feel the subtle sensations in the nose, the back of the throat. Maybe you can feel your chest or your abdomen. Can you feel your spine? Can you feel and sense how the spine responds to the breath today? And not trying to change anything, just noticing, breathing, and being right here. If you just joined us, we're settling in. For this meditation, you can be lying down today or seated, relaxing the body, feeling and sensing the breath. And we're preparing to invoke the guardian angels this morning. So if that language is not in your paradigm, feel free to replace the language with my inner teacher, my highest teacher, this aspect of my highest teacher. You can be part of self or some other language that works for you this morning. All right. We feel the body relaxing completely, the breath deepening. And as you feel the body relax and the mind begin to settle, this morning, we turn our attention inward and become aware of where we are in space, feeling the points of contact between the body and the floor and the body. Noticing what's touching the floor and where the arches of the body are, feeling and sensing, being right here. And we'll begin to count the breath backwards, counting backwards from 10. I'm inhaling 10. Maybe you can feel from sternum to the nose. Exhaling nose to sternum. Inhaling 9, sternum to nose, nose to sternum. That's it. And so on until you get to 10. If you get to 0, begin again at 10. It's watching the breath, counting backwards this morning from 10 to 1. If you get to 1, going back to 10. Notice if you have a tendency to fall asleep on yourself. And as best as you can, be aware I'm going to practice the meditation, the invocation of the angels. This particular meditation comes out of the Talmud. The Talmud is from the Judaic tradition. I did promise at the beginning we'd use meditations from world religions and cultures and different periods of time. As you feel yourself getting more and more relaxed, more present with your own breath, aware of your own body and your own space right now, let's take a moment to think about what's important today, mentally, physically, spiritually, or emotionally. What is important to you today? And bring all the thoughts and the ideas, the insights together until you can feel or sense a single word or a phrase that's best represents what's most important to you today. And bring that intention forward to the conscious mind. And in its manifest form, I am peaceful. I am relaxed. I am joyful. Whatever it is that's your intention, it's yours. And we take a moment to contemplate the idea of forgiveness. Begin to become aware of the space to your right. Become aware of the physical right shoulder, the right side of the body, sensing and feeling your right side. The right hand of God is Michael, the archangel Michael, the angel of forgiveness. Is there anything that you need to forgive yourself for this morning? Is there anything that you've done or said, some way of being that is hurtful, annoying? What do I need to forgive myself for this morning? Forgive myself for hitting a snooze button. Forgive myself for doing things that cause others grief or pain. What do you need to forgive yourself for? And we ask the Archangel Michael, please forgive me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. And because you have asked, so it shall be. Is there anyone else that you feel ready to forgive? Maybe it's someone that you've forgiven 100 times. Maybe someone comes to mind that you're not ready to forgive. Don't focus on that too much this morning. See if there's someone or group that you could forgive for their ignorance, their unkindness, their hurt. And we ask, Michael, please help me to forgive this person. And we ask, Michael, please forgive me for anything that I've done knowingly or unknowingly that causes any harm to another. And know, because you have asked, so it shall be. We begin to become aware of the space in front of us, our future, the path that we're on, the path that we'd like to be on. We begin to contemplate the decisions that are ahead of us. Maybe there's things that you have to make a decision about. Maybe there's questions that you have about the path that you're on. In front of us is the leading hand of God, Uriel, the Archangel Uriel. Become aware and sense the space where Uriel is. Notice how it feels here. Maybe you see things in terms of color or light. Maybe you sense the presence of Uriel. Become aware of the space in front of us. And we ask, Uriel, Uriel, do you have any guidance for me about the question you have, about the path that you're on, the decisions that you have to make? And listen deeply. It may feel like thoughts in your mind. It may feel like you're speaking with Uriel, but listen and pay attention to the words of Uriel, the feelings, the sensations. Resting in the light of Uriel, the guardian angel of your path forward. Know that anything that comes up in this meditation, if it's important, if it's meant to stay with you, you will remember. And with a heart of gratitude, we thank Uriel for the guidance on our questions, our path, our future. And we begin to become aware of the space around us again and become aware of the space behind us. And behind us is the Archangel Raphael. Imagine being wrapped in the wings, the healing arms of God. This is Raphael's space, the space behind us. Raphael, wrapping the healing wings of God around us this morning, and rest in those arms. Is there anything that you need to be healed from this morning? And remembering that healing can take place on the physical, the mental, the spiritual, and the emotional levels. If you're just joining us, you can begin this meditation again when we're done. We're about halfway through this meditation this morning, invoking the Archangel Raphael. Raphael wrapping the wings around us, holding us in the healing arms of God this morning. And imagine Raphael bringing healing to you on any and all levels that need to be addressed today. Is there anyone else that requires your healing love and energy, the healing love and arms of God through Raphael, the Archangel Raphael? Imagine those wings reaching out and surrounding that person or those people as well. And if you have a sense that there's something going on with you or another person, you could ask Raphael, is there something specific that I can do to aid in my own healing or the healing of another? Sometimes it's a person's time to go, and none of us can do anything about that. So we might ask for guidance on how to help in their transition or our own transition. And finally, we might ask of Raphael, how might I be an instrument of healing? And we begin now We know that because we have asked, so it shall be. And we begin to become aware of the space on the left this morning. Here we find the creative arm of God, Gabriel, the Archangel Gabriel. Is there something that you need assistance with? Some creative project, something that you seek to accomplish? Your studies, your decorating for Christmas, solving the world's to-do list. Gabriel is the left arm of God, the creative force of God, asking for Gabriel's support. Gabriel, I need help with this project. I might ask Gabriel today, there are several books I need to write. In a way that does no harm, please guide me and support me in my decision to complete this creative task for the good of all mankind. It might be simpler. I really want to find time to bake cookies this week with my grandson. Please support me and make them the best, most delicious cookies that anyone ever imagined. Feeling and sensing how the Archangel Gabriel manifests on your left side this morning, becoming aware of everything on the left side. And again, knowing that because you have asked, so it shall be. And we sit this morning with the forgiveness of Michael on our right, the guidance of Uriel before us, the healing arms of Raphael behind us, and the creative force of Gabriel on our left. And we're surrounded by the white light that comes from being surrounded by our archangels. You may have guardian angels as well that you're aware of or that you're unaware of. Feel free to ask them now if there's anything else that they'd like you to know this morning. Archangels often get frustrated when we don't listen to their guidance. They're unable to interfere unless we ask. So remembering that if we need the support of angels, we must actually ask for help. We have to have the humility to remember that we're human and that it would be okay to ask for help or guidance from the angelic realm. Resting in this beautiful egg of white light. And if we look up into the sky in our imagination and imagine this beautiful white light being projected up out into the sky with the stars and connecting with all that is that white light, all the angels, all the holy host of angels and God and all of the light beings coming together in that light. And then turn around and look down on our planet as if you're in that big, beautiful egg of white light. And you can look down on the planet and imagine surrounding the whole planet in this beautiful egg of white light. That everyone, everything, all of the two-leggeds and the four-leggeds, all of the birds in the sky and the fish in the sea could receive the same healing light and energy of this meditation. Imagine the light shining down and encompassing all beings, all the trees, all the waters, all the mountains, the rocks, the earth, every single cell and every mitochondria in every cell, every atom being encompassed in this beautiful white light shining down. And may all beings experience forgiveness and peace this morning. May you rest in this light of peace this morning. And we end with metta. May you be at peace. May you experience joy. May you be well. May all those that you love be at peace. May all those that you love find joy and happiness. May all those that you love find peace. May all those in our community find peace and wellness and joy and happiness. May all those that we are in conflict with on a personal level, on an ideological level, on a global level, may they find peace. May they be well. May they find joy and happiness. And may this whole planet, again, all the two-leggeds and four-leggeds, the birds of the sky and the fishes of the sea, all beings, all things, all waters and trees, all mountains and earth, the air, the clouds, our moon and our sun, everything in existence find peace and wellness and joy and happiness in this meditation this morning. And just rest for a few minutes and know that if you were lying down and you fell asleep through some of this meditation today, and trust that you got what you need from it on the conscious or the unconscious level. It's interesting how these things work, whether it's our own mind or the angels around us is not so important, but that we bring our attention to it. That is the human experience. I wish you a beautiful day. May peace be with you.